Right, Shalom, Shalom, brother. The brothers of Har Gabar. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shad, Bahashem Akakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and well, who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shad. All right, and the Akakwadash. Honors to you, brothers, that's pushing His word and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth that we were scattered. All right. I do it to the end because we are at those times. All right. Yeah. Today we're just gonna get into uh here I don't even I don't know, but yeah Romans. Okay, we're gonna start in Romans. Okay. So is that one new? Like what? Not. Okay. Okay, I can link that up with this. All right. So yeah, man. Just here about to put another lesson here together. Um, Lord willing, is edifying. We're gonna start with Leviticus, um, 20 about verse 10. All right. Um. Oh yeah. Leviticus 20 and verse 10. It says, "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death." Yeah, man. And this is here in America, this is heavily exceedingly promoted. Okay. Uh, through TV shows, um, uh, commercials. Especially the entertainment music industry. Okay, through all these R&B singers, hip hop artists, and heavily on our people. To furthermore uh, keep us. They're trying to upset prophecy and keep us away from our power, but we know ultimately that the Lord is going to come back and destroy 2/3 of His people that's doing this, and then save the elect of Israel. But yeah, adultery, yeah, is twofold: it's spiritual and physical. You have the spiritual, where we are worshiping other gods, deities, and entities, and philosophies, dibbing dabbing, with Egyptology, Kemet, and Christianity bullshit. But then you got the physical adultery when another man is married to a woman. A woman is married to another man, and a nigga or a nigga guard will still holler or do this and that and the third, to do it behind his back, or the woman will entice the man, you know, uh, put on certain things, to outline her body, and things that matter. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death." And yet, just because it says his neighbor doesn't mean it's just uh talking about Israel. Okay, it is talking about neighbors. Israel is our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're not supposed to do that with any man's wife. Another nation, that doesn't matter. It's an account where Abraham, you know, took Sarah into Egypt, and Pharaoh wanted to deal with her. Long story short, and what I'm saying, after he dealt with her, took him in his room or whatever, the Lord plagued the shit out of plagued the shit out of Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? But that applies to us too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it says, "And the man that lieth with his father's wife, hath uncovered his father's nakedness, both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's another thing promoted too. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this generation. I say, okay, you know, uh, mother sleeping with the son, okay, or vice versa. Son sleeping with the mother, whatever. Okay, not supposed to do that. That's nasty and that's incest as well. Okay, and if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have brought confusion, and their blood shall be upon them. And that's Esau to the T. He'll sleep with a little boy, shit, hell, you know, before his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Verse 13, it says, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, and their blood shall be upon them. Right? That's two men, you know, doing, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing with a woman, laying down with the men as supposed to be doing with the woman, which is also heavily promoted here in Babylon the Great, aka Egypt, aka Sodom, Gomorrah. Okay, you know, heavily promoted. Now you have man changes his you know, wants to cut off his rod and become a woman so he could be more of a slut, more of a whore, because the woman is uh, uplifted and promoted, you know, uplifted to be a slut in this society. So, um, and basically it's another depopulation agenda. You know, it says and if a man take a wife and her mother, there's wickedness, right? You have niggas who do that. Oh, I fucked their mother too. Or I could have did this. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we all been in those type of situations. But you know, learning when you grow things, you don't. You know, it's a saying: if you know better, you do better. It says, if a man take wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. All right. So uh, all of these are commandments, right? But we're in a society now. If we was to exercise, matter of fact, um, let's get that. All things are lawful, but not expedient. Or so I'm gonna read this one first. It says First Corinthians 10:23. It says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Right. Um, it's lawful to put, you know, uh, adulterer and adulteress to death, especially when caught in the act. It's lawful to put a man who sleeps with, or a son who sleeps with his mother, vice versa. Is lawful to put a man of faggots and homosexuals to death, transgenders, all this type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we're in a society now where those things, those unrighteous decrees that have been decreed, that's been made by Esau. Okay, who is Esau? Esau is the ruler of this planet Earth right now, pursuant to Job 9:24. But all things are lawful, okay, but it's not expedient. Expedient meaning beneficial, okay. Uh, it's not beneficial to put a nigga to death because he's a faggot in Esau society. Because it's Esau society, we'll be put under the jail, okay, if we was to do that, okay. Furthermore, they're pushing these and promoting uh, uh, these unlawful things themselves to try to keep our people, okay, from our power, our source of power, right? Let's get the scripture here. Psalms 58, and I'm start with 2. It says, "Yeah, in heart, yeah, meaning in the mind, you work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Yeah, you weigh the violence of your power in the earth." Okay, it's talking about Esau here. Okay, it says the wicked. Okay, pursuing the Job 9:24. Yeah, the wicked are estranged from the womb. Okay, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay, that's Esau. Okay, here it is. He's coming up with decrees and laws, hate speech against a homo or a transgender, faggot, okay, lesbians, okay. The where's the love? As is written, the forced balance is abomination, yeah? Okay, it says that poison is like the poison of a serpent, okay? They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ear, okay? So let's go back to Romans now. Romans, to start with like verse 20. Okay, it says Romans 1 and 21. It says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, right? And that's 2/3 of our people, okay, who are uh, uh who are these same entertainers, down all the way to people who are pushing false doctrines, okay, celebrities, these high entertainer famous, you know what I'm saying? We'll skip that play. However, okay, if you ain't pushing this truth at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's why we say Aparatazah, or Lord willing, we be that elect, okay? 'Cause at the end of the day, we know that the elect is going to be pushing his word when he comes back, not being everything else under the sun. All right. So it says Romans 1 and 20. It says, because Romans 1 and 21, when they because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, okay, but became vain in their imaginations, okay, and their foolish heart was darkened. Okay, that's why you see all types of uh, uh, wickedness that was eventually installed into our people, because our heart, meaning the mind, was darkened. Okay, it says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, right? Because you know, the wisdom is of this world, okay, is foolishness to the Most High. Okay, it says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Most High into an image made like to corruptible men and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. Okay, yeah, to the lusts of your own hearts, just to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Yeah, that's why you have a woman sleeping with a horse now, or you have bestiality. You know what I'm saying? Lesbian. The scriptures go into it, man. Everything is refers back to the scriptures. Or you gonna people Israelites gonna find that out. Okay, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. I'm gonna read verse 24 again. Romans 1:24. It says, "Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever." Amen. Yeah, you got creatures, anything that's been created by the creator, and we know who the creator is, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so anything that's worshipped more than Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the creature, Salakia. Anything that is worshipped, yeah, more than the creator is the creature. Okay, and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affection. Okay, let's go into this word vile. Okay, from the Strong's Greek uh G819, it says atemia, dishonor, ig- ignominy, disgrace. Okay, base, less of esteem, just like Esau, man, as it says in Job. Esau is a base man. You know what I'm saying? It says, "For this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affections." Okay, for even their women did change the natural use until that which is against nature. Yeah, women want to bump clits and lick each other now. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, most of these, or some of these women have testosterone in them and taking testosterone pills. You know what I'm saying? Women want to leave the natural use sense of being a woman and change herself into a man, which is complete wicked. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is America for you. It says, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the woman burnt in their lust one toward another. Okay, men with men working that which is unseemly. Okay, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. Okay, as fucking faggots, homosexuals laying down with each other. Okay, which is becoming more rampant and rampant every day. Putting it in the schools, they putting them in the school systems, putting teachers in the school teach. You know what I'm saying? Letting transgenders read books to children in preschool and kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, it has to be taught, I guess. You know what I'm saying? This is all wickedness. You know what I'm saying? This is this very same reason why America has to be destroyed. Okay. Okay. Verse 28 says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Okay. Let's go into a reprobate. Okay. Strong's like G96. It says adokimos. Okay. It says not standing the test, not approved proper use of metals and coins. That's what does not prove itself, such as or unfit or for or unproved. Let's see. G 1384. Uh, that's it. Okay. So all of these people have been ultimately the ones who stay stuck in their sin. Sin is sin is transgression of the law. But okay, this is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, two parts therein shall be cut off and die. Yeah, so but the third shall be left therein. Right, right. So when the Lord comes back, yeah, and crack them skies, them chariots, and them nuclear missiles, are reigned over here, and martial law is here in the streets in America, and all hell is breaking loose, race wars and race riots pop off in the street in America. He's gonna come to judge his very same people again, consisting of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are Israelites. That's why Zechariah 13:8 says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." And that's why you see the brothers out there week in and week out with a pie chart with 2/3. Okay. Verse 9 he says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and try them as gold is tried." Right. Um, they shall call on my name. The day is talking about the elect, the 1/3, 144,000. Salaki, let me put that in order. The 144,000 and the 1/3, men, women, and children, on my name. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. All right. I will say, "It is my people," and they shall say, "How is my power?" Right. Now, these two parts ultimately, okay, are gonna go through tribulation as well. Okay, but these two parts are gonna be cut off and die because ultimately they haven't feared the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They haven't seeked Him. Okay, they've been they've been preordained, yeah, say it like that, to not believe the truth. Right. So so with that, I want to give all praises, glory due to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. And again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. Until next time, Shalom.